Hey guys, Solomon here. Hope y'all are having a great day. Look, today's video, I'm going to be giving you a very simple exercise, but one in which you will benefit greatly if you put in the work, I promise. And it really concerns the knights. Okay, now the knights are the most unpredictable piece in chess. What do I mean by this? Well, I mean, let's just place a rook on the board. If I placed a rook on the board and I said, hey, get to this square as fast as you can, you would go, okay, 1, 2. Or you would go 1, 2. Let's put a queen on the board. Let's put a queen on the board. Anywhere on the board. If I said, hey, here's a queen, how long does it take to get there? There's a ton of different ways that you can do it pretty easily. Same with the bishop, right? If we put a bishop here and we said, hey, how long does it take to get there? You know, you would 2 moves. If I said, hey, how long does it take to get there? You would go, well, it can't get there, right? And then with the king, I mean, if I said, hey, how long does it take to get there? You would just literally count the number of steps, right? The one piece which can actually be kind of hard to calculate is the knight, okay? And I think this is really why Gotham Chess said, hey, if you know, don't resign if you have a knight, right? If you have a bishop in the endgame or something, just give up, okay? But if you have a knight, don't resign. There's still hope, and that's because knights are crafty. They're tricky. They're hard to guess. They're hard to see where they're going, right? But all that being said, if you do this exercise, you're going to be seeing how they move better and better. This is what I recommend. I recommend if you have a chessboard at home, you can do this. And you can just grab some pennies and put pennies on the board somewhere. If you're playing on your computer, you could just place a knight on an analysis board. Right now I'm on the chess.com analysis board. Just place this knight here, highlight a square, and then from that point, what you're going to do is you're going to go, okay, how many moves does it take for me to get my knight here, from here to here? How many moves does it take, right? And the rules are that you can't move the knight. And the rules are that you can't use your hands. You can't make arrows trying to figure it out. You just got to do it all in your head. How many moves does it take? Well, it turns out that this square, it takes 4 moves. Okay. There's a ton of different ways we can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could even go 1, 2, 3, 4. But there's just no way to do this in 3. Okay. What about this square? Well, again, if you pause this video, you're going to find that, again, it's 4 moves. What about this one? This is 4. What about this one? This is 4. What you're going to realize by doing this exercise is that any square 2 squares diagonal of the knight, it takes 4 moves. And I think this is helpful because a lot of times, if you're in a game and you have a position like this, for example, a lot of players go, gosh, I'm in the end game. How long is it going to take this knight to get here? I just don't know. And oftentimes players can get tricked into, they can't quite get there fast enough. Well, if you do this exercise, you're going to be able to go 2 squares diagonal, easy, 4 moves. I already know it, right? Let's look at other squares. What about this one? Well, this is 2, right? This is 2. This is 2, right? So you'll see here, any square that is 2 squares diagonal is 4. Any squares 1 diagonal is 2, right? What about the ones right around the knight, right? What about these squares highlighted in blue? Well, these actually turn out to be 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, right? So you start to map out the knights and you understand how they move better and better. And you don't have to put the knight in the center. You could even put the knight here, right? Well, how long does it take the knight to get to this square? You can start to calculate it. It turns out that this takes 4 moves and this takes 4 moves. So I think really the Achilles heel for the knight is the fact that, 2 squares diagonal, they're notorious for being bad at moving that distance, right? It's just crazy that this and this are the same distance. You just wouldn't guess it, right? But, I think the reason why this is helpful is, like, let's say we have a position like this, okay? If we have a position like this, I think it could be really easy to go, you know what, I just need to, and I'm trying to get to the corner there. I just need to just run my knight as close as I can. Well, you just have 2 squares diagonal. That's not a good idea. Even if you're here and you're like, oh, I need to get my knight closer and closer and closer and closer. Well, you just put yourself on B7. And yes, that's 2 squares away. But notice only, since we're on the edge of the board, you can't jump off the board there. So you got to work backwards. And working backwards is a great thing that you can do in this kind of thing. You can go, well, what square can hit this? Well, only these 2, right? My knight's going to have to come here eventually. There's no choice. What squares hit these guys? Well, these are the squares that hit them, right? There's no other squares that hit these 2, right? Well, what squares hit those? Well, okay, we can look at these, right? Those hit them, this hits them, that's hit them. There's a lot of squares here. And you start to realize, okay, wait, I need to get to here, right? And you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's one of the ways you can do it. Anyways, again, analysis board at your house. If you're teaching someone how to play, this is something you can do. Set a knight down, set a penny down. How many moves does it take? And your visualization is going to get a lot better. Thanks for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Just wanted to give a big shout out to my Patreon supporters for the month of November in 2022. If you guys haven't checked it out before, there are Patreon exclusive benefits, and you guys that support the Patreon are helping me create better chess content and drop it more often. As always, wishing you guys a good day and a good week. Keep it real, keep it chill. Peace.